Hey, yo, Howie, you gonna make a move or what? We're less than 24 hours away from the NFL trade deadline. Joeyshakes 72 is here. I am Adrian Fedhue. We're going to discuss some trade possibilities and discuss if they're even going to make a move at this point. What's up, Joey?
What's going on, guys? What's going on, Adrian? The suspense is killing me. I mean, it's finally going to be here, okay, tomorrow. So we got to see what's going to happen. We know what we need. We know what limitations for the cap that we have, and we have to make some type of move. And I don't know what it is. There's no, other than the old rumors or anything like that. Other than that, we really don't have anything new, anything fresh, anything that we can just really kind of grab and take in and say, okay, this is where we're going. So we really don't know where we're going at this point.
We have no idea what's going to happen. Absolutely no clue. Because about a week or two ago, there was one guy that we wanted. One guy and one guy only. And he still hasn't signed his goddamn tender. So it seems like he's not going to sign anything. I mean, sure, maybe something crazy happens tomorrow. We get a breaking news report. He gets traded to Philadelphia for second-round pick. But it doesn't look promising right now.
No, it doesn't. Until he signs that tender, nothing's going to happen. Until he gets back to the Steelers facility, nothing is going to happen because we've been waiting and waiting, and it just seems like, we already know that Howie already made a phone call, a few weeks ago, an exploratory. Maybe it was exploratory more than like, hey, what's going on, what's the situation, and see where it's going. But as of right now, I'm not really. Something could happen tomorrow. We don't know. Something could happen, but. If you're to sign a running back, you're kind of going in that direction of, you already have the bye week, so you can kind of get prepared and bring somebody in. So if it was to be a guy that I would really want, I mean, I would love Le'Veon on this offense. I mean, we need somebody because anything's better than what we have right now from Wendell Smallwood. Is just like you tweeted out, Josh Adams had the best vision, which I agree with, and Corey Clement is averaging a yard a carry, and he's not looking like himself. And Wendell Smallwood is just running with no fear in his eyes, which is fine, but not meant to be that number one guy. No, but a good rotational guy, yes. So I don't know what's going to happen, but with this trade deadline, from hearing it on the game yesterday, they were talking about how he's been making calls, and it's going to be really hard to get a running back because most likely we'll probably be fleeced if we go get somebody. So.
Yeah, all right. So we can kind of start with that, the running back position, and go with that. All right. So Le'Veon Bell, before I even get to that, let me just say this too. I'm trying to put myself in Le'Veon Bell's shoes, trying to figure out what he's thinking. So he claims that, last week that, he may not want to get traded because the team he gets traded to, they may not want to sign him long term. And some of that also, well, you don't want to get hurt because if you get hurt, you're probably not going to get the money that you want, that you desire. But what also could be happening here, well, James Conner has established himself in Pittsburgh. It's very obvious that Le'Veon Bell is not going to get his contract in Pittsburgh. They've been basically ignoring his demands for how long now? So if you're Le'Veon Bell, if you want to give it back to the Steelers, why would you let them get anything for you? So maybe that's what he's thinking. Maybe this is all out of pettiness.
Yeah, it could be, and I understand. I understand his side too. Like, he wants to hold out because he doesn't want to happen. What happened to Earl Thomas? He doesn't want to get hurt. He doesn't want to waste. Some, God forbid, something happens to him, and then he's going to lose all the money that he deserves. But the problem isn't bringing him in. It's just, I guess with this tender, you can't really do much with him until the end of the year.
Oh, you can't. Yeah, you can't extend him until the end of the year. Yeah,
that's why whatever the Steelers are asking for, it can't be a high draft pick because there's too much risk involved. Just like I see the Damon Harrison trade to the Lions, like 5th round pick. You're like, 5th round pick. It's because his contract's big.
Exactly.
It's a lot to handle. So I understand. Like I read that a 3rd round pick would get it done, but don't know if that's even true because one writer is just the only writer saying this. Jason Lockenfor or whatever is the only writer that's talking about this. And if I don't hear from Schefter or anybody else, I'm not going to believe it as of right now. So I can't.
Well, it could be possible that if it is a third round pick, because Le'Veon Bell is kind of choosing where he wants to go.
You think so? You think that you think after what he's done so far?
If he doesn't want to sign his tender, that he's dictating, he's in control of the situation. So if the Steelers come up to him and be like, hey, what if we, trade you to, I don't know. I'm trying to think of a team. The Packers or something.
Tampa Bay.
Tampa Bay. There you go. Tampa Bay. That's a good one. Like, if I'm Le'Veon Bell, I don't want to go to fucking Tampa Bay.
No, you want to go to a team that's that's already got the pieces on offense. If he's looking for a Super Bowl contender, if that's quote unquote that's what he wants, or he wants someone that's on the rise or already on the rise but just needs a few pieces, or there's a whole bunch of if he's in the driver's seat right now, he's got a hell of a lot of choices. Maybe not as much choices as we think, because a lot of teams aren't gonna go for it. I think teams would rather just wait till free agency and see where they are with their cap and just go for it from there. So, but most likely, I don't see it happening, but who knows? The league does a lot of different things. So,
if it's not Le'Veon Bell, who should it be? Or do you even want to get a running back?
I mean, honestly, if you want, we need a running back. We need a running back. You want to bring in LaShawn McCoy. I wouldn't disagree with that either. He's let me see, a $3 million cap hit for this year, and then you could do whatever you want with him after this year. But the Bills aren't going anywhere. Like, I don't know why they're holding on to him. They got so many issues between the offensive line and quarterback and everything else. I mean, why hold on? I mean, there's just no point. What the Bills are doing, they're not going to go anywhere this year. So I don't get why they're holding on. I mean, I think a second and third is absurd, and that's just. They're just trying to fleece us straight up. So that's definitely not going to happen.
It's probably a little hard to get, possibly. Like, if you're in their shoes, I don't see why they would hang on to him. Like you're saying, I mean, he's a 30-year-old running back. Why not try to get something for him?
Yeah. But for the for if any other running back, honestly, I don't know. It's going to have to. There could be something under the radar. There could be something that we don't even know. Maybe it's not a name mentioned, but it's going to be hard. To get a running back in this room right now. So we'll just have to wait and see.
Yeah, if it's not Le'Veon Bell, I got a feeling that they're not going to spend a lot of draft capital on a running back. And, you don't need a big name, because it goes back to the offensive line. I mean, again, they are generating the holes. They are generating the push. Corey Clement, Wendell Smallwood, they don't have the vision to see these holes. Josh Adams, you brought it up, and that was the tweet I had today. He's showing that he can get it done. I wish he would have gotten more carries early in the season, so we have more of a sample size of what he could be. Because right now, I mean, hey, maybe he's enough what you got, but we don't have enough of a sample size to just bet all put all of our chips on the table for fucking Josh Adams. Like they got to make a move, and I think it's imperative that they get this balance fixed. Because it's very obvious that Doug Peterson is not running the ball consistently because he doesn't trust his running backs. But you go back to last year, I mean, that's how the offense was humming. You get the balance, you get the play action worked in. You'd be amazed all of a sudden these receivers are going to create a little bit more separation.
Yeah. Well, another guy I thought that I was hoping before they had some injuries was maybe getting like a Tevin Coleman from the Falcons, something like that. Because I mean, so far he's showcasing.
3-4. I don't think they're going to trade him.
Yeah, I don't think so. Well, now, with Devontae Freeman hurt for the year, so now he's just going to showcase for free agency pretty much, and he's going to get paid. So that was before Devontae Freeman got injured, but. Yeah, so it's going to be hard for getting a running back in here, regardless of who it is. We've already heard the names of David Johnson. He just got his new deal, so like you said, like it could work its way out, just because I don't know why David Johnson's there, because they'll get rid of Tyrann Mathieu for 4.8 million, but they'll go sign Sam Bradford for 20 million fully guaranteed. So I just don't get it. I really don't. They're getting rid of their good players. Like, don't you want to build around those players? But to have, Patrick Peterson's still there, but whatever. I can't stand Arizona. I just don't know how to do things. So
I guess they still thought that they had something there because they're trying to relive what they were a couple years ago, and I guess they just didn't want to let that go. But they've realized this year, we stink. We should probably go on a fire sale.
Yeah, but getting between David Johnson, Amir Abdullah from the Lions, and he's just been hurt, and I don't even think that's. I think that was just a speculation article. I just think I don't even think they're actually interested. That's another running back, but I don't know. I honestly don't know.
Would be somebody that would interest me because of like if Josh Adams kind of emerges and you kind of have a scat back that can mix with him. I'm not saying that that's a deadly combo because it's not, but it's better than what you have. That goes back to that. Like if I had to guess, now they may not do this, but I think they spend a low round pick on a running back, like a 6th or a 7th, and then they go get a receiver, whether that's Deshaun Jackson, Emmanuel Sanders, Demaryius Thomas, whoever that might be. I think this is where this is going. I also think Garyon Conley is a possibility, but if you trade for Garyon Conley, that's not really move for this year. That's more of a move for the next couple years, and you can let Ronald Darby go. Mm-hmm. So that's kind of how I'm viewing the trade deadline right now. What do you think? And what do you think they're going to do?
I think they're going after receiver, hands down. I think that's from what Doug said this morning. I think they're going after receiver. I understand we have Matt Collins. We got, we have 2 guys that are on IR right now. They could bring back a few guys, with Timmy Jernigan as well, since D tackle is so bad right now. So between Mike Wallace and Matt Collins, I don't know if that's the case. I don't know if they'll still bring a receiver, if they have a plan to bring them back. I think Mike Wallace is later, but I think Matt Collins can come back week 11. I'm not sure. But they're definitely looking for some speed. There's got to be some speed. Okay, we can't you can get a possession receiver that has some elite speed, but you just need speed because this offense looks too slow. And I have a few options, and there's a few of them out there you've already said. So
okay, go for them. What are they?
I love Devontae Parker a lot.
Okay, you like Devontae Parker. Philly 500 likes Devontae Parker. I am not as high on Devontae Parker, although he did have a big game last Thursday.
He had a big game, so I don't know if that helps help Adam Gase in the front office figure out what they're doing, or the Eagles just like, we got to go get this guy. But since we know Miami and the Philadelphia Eagles have the front offices that have good relations, so we have to see. First it was a 3rd round pick. Now I don't know where it's going to go to now, because he's only going to be like a $1 million cap hit this year. And then, next year's going to be a lot more, of course. So, it was only 1 game. I understand that, but I really liked, he's got that 50-50. He catches those 50-50 balls. I mean, when he's healthy, he's a monster. And then if I would pick a second guy, of course, I would say Deshaun Jackson. We already know what he can do. So, but depending on, making a phone call and seeing what they want, I don't know what they would want. Are they going to, kind of up the sale price just because he's just still has a 4.3 speed? And even if he starts, just think about it, even if Deshaun Jackson starts slowing down, was he going to run a 4.39? Well, how much is he really going to slow down, getting up there? So, I mean, he will, you get him on the team, the underneath throws. I mean, guys are just draped on us most of the time. And it's because we don't have that guy that's just on a go route. Even if you put Deshaun Jackson or Devontae Parker on the field, defenses have to respect the speed, and you just got it. It can work out, but I honestly think a receiver will be here by Tuesday.
Deshaun Jackson really does make the most sense. I hate going back to this nostalgia bullshit, though. You brought in Jordan Matthews, and you were thinking about working out Jeremy Maclin. You were thinking about trading for LaShawn McCoy, and now you're hearing Deshaun Jackson rumors. I mean, something about that, I just like, what the fuck? Like, let's move on from the glory days or whatever and the Chip Kelly shit. But it really does make the most sense. Now, the thing about it is, if you trade for Deshaun Jackson, he's a $10 million cap hit for next year. So at 33 years old, do you want to pay him $10 million? That's the question. I mean, I'm sure they would. Maybe what you would do is you'd have him for next year. You draft a receiver, you draft a burner, and then by the time Deshaun leaves, that burner is ready to go. So that could be something that very well might happen. But the GM of Tampa Bay said today that they're not going to trade him. So we'll see.
Yeah, because he only got I think 25 yards receiving last game. It wasn't good since, the quarterback controversy and kind of the, quarterbacks kind of, falling off and, never stay with the hot hand. And now they're paying the price for it. So, yeah, it's risky. The price is risky. I mean, it's what to get him on the team. It's a little bit over $7 million, whatever it is. And then, the $10 million next year. So, I mean, but there is nobody, and I don't know, because he still has something against his team. And the quote unquote, it's personal. Still, it's personal. Chip Kelly's not here anymore, but still it's personal, so, but I can't get over like that speed. It's just, there's no one else in this. Really, there's no one else that really it's amazing. And
if you look at the other guys that are out there, it's, Demaryius Thomas and Emmanuel Sanders and Pierre Garçon. I'm not seeing, maybe Emmanuel Sanders can kind of be that guy, but I'm not seeing the guy that can take the top off the defense like Deshaun Jackson can. And I think that's what the offense needs. Believe it or not, we are missing Torrey Smith more than you think this year.
Yeah, we are. And, even though he had a little over 300 yards, I mean, he made the catches where they, count. But just having him on the field, he got attention. That's just what it is. You get these washed up receivers like Kamar Aiken and, who's the other one that was the Steelers?
Oh, God. Oh, man.
Marcus Wheaton. And then it's just –
they're all stiffs.
Yeah, they are.
Howie Roseman signs nothing but freaking stiff wide receivers. Even Ruben ran all these.
Oh, God.
Trades for DGB. A stiff. They're all stiffs. Come on, Howie.
Yeah, he's got to do better than that. I mean, Jeremy Macklin's not going to show up now because he's taken off the whole year. I'm like, oh my God, just retire, do whatever you got to do. But no, Devontae Parker and Deshaun Jackson are my top two. But if they have a chance to get Deshaun Jackson, I don't know. Make a phone call, see what you can do. But if Tampa, if even the GM thinks that Tampa is just, if he's not happy and he's going to be unhappy, then don't just switch quarterbacks just to make him happy or whatever they're doing. But they just got to make a decision. But Devontae Parker probably be my first right now. And see what you could do, and that's it.
So my first is it's like Emmanuel Sanders or Deshaun. Like if you get one of those two, I'm happy. I don't really think one is better than the other. I think they're both kind of the same. I think Deshaun fits more what you want to do, but I think Sanders is a better receiver. So Sanders can do like a little bit of everything. Obviously, playing a lot in the slot this year, but you can kick him outside. He's used to playing outside. They have Cortland Sutton there now, so they kind of slid him inside. Demaryius Thomas is the other outside guy there in Denver. So there's that. And I never really explained where I wanted to go at running back. It's interesting now because of the Josh Adams thing, because I kind of wanted like a between the tackles kind of bruiser. So I'm looking at who could you get for like a 6th or a 7th round pick. I mean, maybe Spencer Ware from Kansas City, maybe Mike Davis from Seattle. He had a couple good games before they went back to Chris Carson. So maybe that's a possibility. Doug Martin, the muscle hamster in Oakland. I mean, he's I know you're shaking your head, but he's there for a year. And if you get him for like a 7th and not like whatever, I mean, that's nothing to me. If you want to bring him in here, he did go over 100-something yards yesterday, though.
Yeah, I saw that.
It's not like if you're getting it back, I don't know if I want to overspend for LaShawn McCoy or some of these other dudes. I just give me somebody that's cheap, because I don't think you need a stud running back behind this line. But with Le'Veon Bell, it's a different story because of everything else he brings to the table.
Yeah, no, it's to get at least the names that you're talking about, it's not bad. I mean, I think, but you're right. Anything is better than what we have right now. Even like you're talking about Jordan Howard as well the past few weeks, and we all know that.
Like he got 22 carries yesterday. They're not trading him.
It's weird because it's either Cohen takes the whole game over and Howard finishes it, or it's it's weird because his carries were so up and down. It's you know what I mean. So yeah, I don't think he's going anywhere either, unfortunately.
Yeah. All right. You know what I'm going to do now? I'm going to show. Well, I can't show, but I'm going to tell you what Jason Lockenfora tweeted today. Now, here's the thing about him. He's always wrong, but I'm gonna get this tweet out anyway. Names I continue to hear as most. Oh, he typed out most realistic because he didn't spell realistic right. So names I continue to hear as most realistic to be moved by deadline. Quarterback Tyrod Taylor, Nick Foles. I'd love to trade Foles. Oh my God, that'd be amazing. Le'Veon Bell, Thomas, Sanders, and Garcon at wide receiver. Defensive backs, we got Chris Harris. We've got Bradley Roby, Gurion Conley, Carl Joseph, Jenkins. I'm guessing that's Janoris Jenkins, and maybe Deion Buchanan. And then pass rush linebackers, I'm seeing we've got Shane Ray. We've got Bruce Irvin and Collins. Is that Jamie Collins? I guess that's Jamie Collins.
Maybe it might be. If it's Collins, it might be Jamie Collins.
Okay. Well, those are the names he listed. What do you think about that? Looks like Denver is might be going on fire sale.
Yeah, but I don't even know because I don't know if they're we didn't talk about Bradley Roby and Chris Harris as well.
Yeah, we're gonna eventually get to the cornerbacks. Maybe
okay.
We can talk about them right now since they're mentioned here in the tweet. I mean, we've got 6 defensive backs here. Now, before we get into maybe who we would like, let me remind you guys that if you bring in a cornerback, it's going to take a lot longer for that cornerback to learn the scheme than, say, bringing in a running back or even a receiver.
Yeah, no, it's gonna take a lot. It's gonna take a lot of ammo. You're gonna have to get one of those productive mid-tier running backs that are that could produce better than what we have, but at the same time, you don't want to waste on someone that's not going to do anything. So getting a big name is just going to be tough. We already know that, especially if Le'Veon didn't have the situation that he's in with this tender and all that, everything that's going on, and it probably would be easy. But the way his contract is right now, it's just risky, and the Eagles can't afford to, because he's very outspoken. He's not that kind of, what I mean. He's very, he's trying to. I understand he's trying to, make a market for the running backs, trying to make, he's trying to, be a leader in that, which I don't mind. But for right now, we just can't go forward what we have, and there are a few names out there, but we just have to see where it goes. That's just
and even the other thing at running back that I forgot to mention too is even if they pick up a guy that's really good in pass protection, like blitz pickup, because Wendell Smallwood just getting eaten alive, dude. Just he got on my good side for like 2 weeks, and now he's back to no wood again.
No, he's got. I mean, he was lined up on the left side, and then guy came to the right clean. I mean, that's just a whole nother. And he just gets there late. Bad awareness. That's why Jai was great at that. And if you get Le'Veon Bell, he's even better at that. The best at it.
Literally the best at it. Him and Zeke Elliott right now are the 2 best at it. So, I mean. Out of these cornerbacks mentioned, I mean, it's Gurion Conley, which is who I'm interested in. But again, it's a move that you would make for the next couple of years, not more so this year. I mean, if they want a second for him, I'd take him. I think the Eagles are definitely interested in him, considering how interested they were pre-draft of Gurion Conley. So this is something definitely to keep an eye on tomorrow. This would not surprise me at all. But if they go for Gurion Conley, they may not go for much else, and they might just kind of settle for everything else they have. Because if you go give up a second for Conley, do you want to give up more compensation for somebody else too?
Yeah, no, probably not. If you just need the corner, and like Doug said, I understand that Doug says, that he could deal with the guys that he has now, but I'm telling you right now, this offense. They got this bye week. You're facing Dallas Sunday night, and here's the meat and potatoes of the season coming up now. So they got to get ready, and they have to make sure that, I mean, they're just not scoring enough points on offense. I mean, I'm glad Haloti Nada's back on the D line and stuff like that. I understand some guys coming back, but just right now, it's just not enough. We just need someone, if he's like a little bit, if Gary Conley's a little bit of a project, I don't mind it. Because didn't he drop? He dropped in the draft because of off the field issues, right?
Yeah. Because of that, because the girl lied.
Right.
But he still got taken like 24 or 23 it was. So he still went in the first round.
Now, say you get Gary Conley, would you, because from some of the news today I'm hearing is that, the Lions are shopping Golden Tate apparently, but they have to be blown away. So they want a 4th-round pick for Golden Tate. Apparently that's the blown away deal that someone has to give. I don't know. So would you give a 4th round for Golden Tate?
At the end of the year. So that's why he's not a lot.
Yeah.
Golden Tate. I mean, I'd take Golden Tate. Shit.
Got speed.
Yeah, definitely. He's got the quicks. So going back to the cornerback thing, Conley would be great. And even saying this too, like you're talking about where the Eagles are right now, 4-4. Besides Le'Veon Bell, there's nobody out there that's going to move the needle in terms of repeating. Like, let's be straight here. Or like, do you really think anybody out there is going to help them repeat besides Le'Veon Bell?
No, not that I can think of. No, that's the only name I've really been thinking about. Really, like I think about LaShawn McCoy and a few other names that have been said, but I'm just not. Maybe it'll be a little bit better, but it's not going to get you to where you really want to be with this offense. I mean,
like I really believe if you get Le'Veon Bell, like it fixes a lot of different things. It fixes pass protection. You add another weapon in receiving game. You got a guy that can finally see the holes and be able to get through them. I mean, the way he can jump cut. So it's not only just seeing the holes. It's having the feet and the quickness and the elusiveness to set people up and be able to get to the holes too. So you got to be able to know how to manipulate defenders. And Le'Veon Bell, obviously, very, very adept at that.
Right.
So, all right. So I guess I kind of asked you, but I'll ask you again. Number one guy, who do you want? Is it Le'Veon? I mean, all right. I guess who do you want besides Le'Veon?
Deshaun Jackson or Devontae Parker.
Yeah.
One of them two. I understand. See, I made a video like a day or two ago, and I said to myself, if it's going to be too much getting a corner, if you want to get a running back and a wide receiver at the same time, then do that. But if you can't get a corner, why not beef up the defensive line? Do you beef up that defensive tackle position? Get somebody in here, a mid-tier guy like you get a guy like Timmy Jernigan here, and he lived up to his contract, got an extension, and did really well because the Ravens produce really good D tackles. They always do. So I wouldn't say just beef up this D line because Haloti Ngata, he's got no more juice in the tank. He's not the Haloti Ngata from the Ravens. He wants to play one more year, so he just didn't want to go out last year on the pectoral injury, whatever injury he had last year, and. With Bruce Hector and Javian Hester on the D line, practice squad guys on the active roster now, it's not helping. Because last year you saw that pass rush and it was just like a V shape, like it just came in. It was from all sides. Now it's sloppy. The pass rush is very sloppy because we don't have top tier guys. I'm not saying go get a big name. I'm not saying go get Shelton Richardson, go get Donnery Poe or something like that. I'm just saying go get somebody that's. Look at the tape of somebody and see if they get good pressure. It's not about the sacks. It's about the pressure, and the pressure puts a little bit of makes for the corners a lot easier for the corners, and it takes a lot of help. So you can mask that secondary a little bit, which really we're not getting killed in these games. Like when we're playing defense, we're not getting killed. It's a play or two. It's a few plays barely, and it's those deep passes. That's what it is. So, I wouldn't mind getting a pass rusher. We're loaded at the end right now. Chris Long just got 2 sacks, whatever. And Brandon Graham's been quiet, and thank God we didn't pay him because he's not really doing much this year. He's almost getting there, but think he's got like maybe 1 sack, 2. I don't even know, maybe 1. But it's not enough right now. And inside next to Fletch, and Fletch is doing enough, but have someone next when they're moving Michael Bennett on the inside. You know what I mean? Because I like him playing on inside. To be honest with you, I really like him playing on the inside as well. But if Jim Schwartz sees that mismatch, you can move the guys around, and that's fine. So
Yeah.
I wouldn't mind getting a pass rusher either. So.
And well, the thing with Derek Barnett's injury, it seems like Michael Bennett is, kind of more back to being the defensive end than defensive tackle. So if you don't say you don't trade for a D tackle, maybe you go for a pass rusher, and like Bruce Irvin's name. That's the name that's out there. I don't think this is the way they're going to go, but it's kind of like an out of the box idea to help the defensive tackles, because if you add the pass rusher, that allows for more flexibility with Michael Bennett, with Brandon Graham, to kind of put them inside if you want.
Right, and the Raiders only want a late round draft pick for him as well, and so they're not going to take much. They just want to get rid of him, so someone's going to pick him up.
Yeah. All right, I think that's pretty much it for all the trade commodities. Mm-hmm. I'm sure I'm missing guys. I mean, I'm sure there's a lot of shit out there that I'm missing. I mean, who are other guys that I'm missing here right now?
Yeah, even with this Jay trade last year, like wasn't on the radar, was never mentioned in an article. Just woke up in the morning and it just happened. So who knows right now what's going on? But it could be an under the radar guy that we don't know. It doesn't have to be what you read all the time. It could be somebody else. So we're gonna wait and see. It's kind of exciting, but kind of worried at the same time. We'll see.
They're definitely going to make a move. I would be shocked if they did nothing. Like, just absolutely shocked. This is how it's been. Like, no.
Unless they restructured Fletcher Cox for, everyone was saying, oh, it's for the Carson Wentz deal maybe, or it's for, which I didn't believe, because they could have restructured Fletcher anytime. And it's not even one restructure, it's 2 for 2 years. The 6.5 and then 0.7 next year. So it had to be for somebody, and everybody thought Le'Veon Bell. The first thing everyone thought was Le'Veon Bell, because we all know the Eagles are going to free up a lot of space next year. It's going to, they'll have a good amount of money next year to spend if they want to, whatever they want to do with it. But so now we're just going to play the waiting game.
Okay. All right. I'm going back to what I want. I would go after Emmanuel Sanders or Deshaun Jackson, and then with the running back, I know you shook your head, but Doug Martin might be a possibility. I'm looking at the way he runs. I mean, the muscle hamster thing, and he generates a lot of momentum moving forward. And if the O-line generates a lot of push, he could be effective here. I don't think Doug Martin's any good. Like fit what they do, and you wouldn't have to give up a ridiculously high draft pick for him. So that's what I'm looking at. Because if you want LaShawn McCoy, if you want some of those other guys, you're gonna have to give up something.
Yeah, you're gonna have to give up a good amount for a big name. So, because Le'Veon's probably the easiest to get right now, just because you pay him whatever he's got to get paid this year. But it's just the only factor is you just can't extend him during the year, and then you got to have some trust factor now. Now it's all about a trust factor. So Le'Veon can play here this year, but if he's not liking how this offense is running, it's going to be all up to him, and he's going to be in the driver's seat once again. And I don't know if the Eagles are going to risk that. So. I don't know how he's really going to get signed by any team, really. I just don't see it happening. There's too much. There's just too much risk with it. There's too much.
Yeah. All right. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to check out the comments section real quick. That's what I'll do. I'll check out the chat. Then we'll do like final thoughts, and we'll get out of here. So let me see if I can find the show. Where's the show? I always have trouble finding the streams. It's so funny. Okay. Well, as I look for the stream, what did you think about the game yesterday?
I think it was definitely pretty balanced. I liked how we were running the ball, of course, and Carson Wentz had some amazing throws. I think I like Dallas Goedert getting into the game, getting a nice touchdown. Utilizing him a lot more now. The pick, the whatever double, triple coverage, whatever in the end zone that Carson Wentz threw. That was the only mistake he really made. But after Lane Johnson coming out now with the MCL grade 2 sprain now, might be out for a month now, and for a month. So who knows what's going to happen because they move in Samal to left tackle and left guard, right tackle. So I mean, Vaitai got beat maybe once or twice. Calais Campbell destroyed him. So I don't know, but it's a really good win, to get into the bye week now, and with the trade deadline here, I was happy how the defense played as well. So it was a good game. I think we could have done a lot more in that game, but I think it was a nice win to move forward in the bye week, give some momentum to a little bit of confidence.
Yeah. There are some people who want to stick with Josh Adams. I need to see more than just what he did yesterday, though. Like that, that's not enough for me to just say, oh, he's the number one, unequivocally the number one back now.
Yeah.
RML 3000 says Bell would clash too much. We got to pay Wentz next year. We can't take on a huge $60 million contract along with Wentz. Well, guess what? They can, because I've looked into it, and there's plenty of money available for both those guys.
Talking about the running backs as well. I mean, they got to stop running Wendell Small straight up the middle, because I don't know what it is. Every time he runs up the middle, he always just runs to a pile. He falls down. I mean, honestly, I'm proud of him because I thought he wasn't even going to be on this team this year at all. I mean, I thought he was not even going to be around. So Josh Adams. I mean, we got to see more. I just wish the rotation was different, and I have a feeling, he was injured too much in preseason. So, I mean, he just needs more. He just needs more reps. I think with a year of playing, now he's on the active roster. Now he's getting, whatever needs to get done on the field, we'll see more of him. I just hope we see more of him because I'm liking what I'm seeing. So,
Legend Killer 05 says, what about our O-line? I don't think they're going to trade for a lineman.
No, we're going to stick with what we got, unfortunately.
Yeah. RML responds, I hope you're right, Adrian, and I am wrong. Hey, listen, I am wrong too sometimes, so I could be wrong. Jackson is not elite. He's old and injury prone, says Bunzology. He's not elite, but he's what you want in the offense. They need that burner on the opposite side of Jeffrey. They're kind of missing that this year, and he brings that to the table still, even at 32 years old.
Amazing.
Yeah. LTS question: now that we are almost down to Jordan Mailata getting significant time, shouldn't we be looking at a swing tackle? You can probably get a swing tackle off the street.
Yeah. That just depends if Mailata can take that role even next year. He could take that role, but I mean, that guy. I mean, the future of this kid. If he could just stick to what he's doing with those violent hands that he does have, playing rugby and just taking down people with his hands. I hope Jeff Stalin does a good job with him and hopefully incorporate him next year. Who knows what's going to happen? His left tackle, Jason Peters is going to be gone, and there's going to be a lot of. We got to set this offensive line the right way next year, so we'll see what happens with that.
Bunzology replied to my Deshaun Jackson comment. He goes, Wallace is coming back 2 games. I don't think he's coming back in 2 games. I heard today that he might miss more time. The guy who might come back in quicker is actually Matt Collins.
Mm-hmm.
And so they can only bring 2 guys back. So they might bring back Matt Collins and then Richard Rodgers, and then not even bring Mike Wallace back.
Yeah, but they might not even bring in Tim Jernigan either.
Oh, that's right, Tim Jernigan too. Oh man.
I mean, that's huge right now. I mean, if depending on how he is right now, because he didn't say anything about him. So
yeah,
we need him on the D line badly. But Matt Collins has got the speed though, so he's got good speed, faster than what we have on the outside right now.
Yeah. ML Strikers, what time? Wondering what time's the trade deadline? It's 3 o'clock, right?
4.
4. Okay.
Oh.
4 o'clock, 3 o'clock, same thing basically. No, it's not. Okay, so Legend Killer 05 goes, I wasn't actually asking should we trade for someone on the O-line. I was saying Bell won't matter as much with our O-line because we still are pass happy. Getting Bell would hopefully make Peterson run it. Oh, okay. I guess I see what you're saying.
Because he's so patient behind the line. So is he going to be that patient, be the type of runner he's going to be? Is it going to work with how our offensive line is playing right now?
Well, the O-line's tremendous in the run blocking aspect.
Yeah.
Like top 3 basically in the NFL. But they're not good in pass protection right now. Somebody's asking Demaryius Thomas or Emmanuel Sanders. Definitely Emmanuel Sanders. I think he fits because to have the complement on the other side, like Jeffrey with Thomas, they're both kind of like a similar build. I don't know if I'd want that. I kind of want somebody a little quicker and faster on the other side. Sam W says, saw another thing about Robbie Anderson on Twitter today. How do you feel about Anderson? Dude, I love Robbie Anderson.
Oh, yeah.
He's a Temple guy, too. So I'm a little biased when it comes to that. I love Robbie. Like, if you can get Robbie Anderson, I'd rather have Robbie Anderson than Deshaun Jackson, to be honest. So if that's a possibility, hell yeah.
Yeah, we don't got that guy that could just get a slant pass in wide open space and like just run like a Tyreek Hill or something like that with that speed. Like we don't have that here. Like we just don't have it. So it would be nice to have something like that opposite of Jeffrey. It would be fucking beautiful right now.
Yep. RJ goes, you okay with Foles trade if we can use that cap? I would love to trade Foles. It'd be great.
Yeah. Take a lot off us cap wise.
The truth is, at this point, like if Carson Wentz ever got hurt this year, like they ain't winning a Super Bowl anyway. Well, given the injuries last 2 seasons, can we fire our strength and conditioning coach? All right. I think that's pretty much it. Foolish Demon checks in. Oh, you're back to Foolish Demon. Good shit. I hated calling you F Deems.
Oh.
I really wouldn't be shocked about no trades, he says.
I would be.
I'd be shocked.
If they didn't move that money around like the way they did, then I would think so.
Yeah, Hale Twitler says, will you be surprised if no moves? Yes, I will be. Put your boner down, says Full. I'm not putting it down. Do you want me to expose it to the world like you would be? I got something wiggling in my pants.
Trouble. We'll get in trouble now.
Sean Fitzpatrick, will there be a Darren Sproles sighting? I hope so.
Oh, God.
Should have stayed retired, huh?
I hope so soon. And do you like DeAndre Carter return punts? Do you think he's got a future?
I do.
I think so too.
I do. I like what he's doing. Thank God he's doing it, not Corey Clement, man.
They gotta get Pumphrey. Yeah, they have to get Donnell Pumphrey off this team now. Can't stand Donnell Pumphrey.
Yeah.
Practice squad.
Sam W says, I read an article today that said there was a 50% chance that the Eagles make no trades, and I didn't agree.
Oof.
I guess the thought process of that would be if you can't get Le'Veon Bell, there's so many holes in the roster that there's like not really a trade that you can do to make you a Super Bowl contender. That would be the thought process, I guess.
Yeah, they think they're gonna wait. Like if they think they're just gonna waste, if they think they're gonna bring somebody in and they're just gonna waste it on a player and it's not gonna make a huge difference, then they might as well just sit back and just save that cap.
Mm-hmm. Foolish Demon says, not you. Bonzology was getting hard for Matthews. Oh, yeah, he was going up against an undrafted guy who was like not even on the depth chart before yesterday. He was going up against 2 undrafted rookies. Like, I would hope. I think EDP would have even gotten 100 yards.
Yeah, they gotta. I know people are praising it. You know, he had 90-something yards receiving, but I know the secondary was really bad.
Yeah,
nobody.
He hasn't shown like anything before yesterday, so maybe he had a good game because he's getting better and learning the offense, or maybe he just played a bad opponent. We'll see.
His hands are definitely better. I know that, but even the Titans game, I think honestly, the only reason why
I remember in a critical situation. See that's what it is with him. It's when it's a critical situation.
Yeah,
he drops the ball.
Even in
Like,
that Titans,
those people, that say Carson Wentz isn't clutch in the last 2 minutes, right?
so everybody's saying. But
Uh,
even that Titans game, Malcolm Butler let him go. I think because he thought he had safety help. I honestly didn't think he lost. He just looks like he slowed down on purpose because he thought he had safety help. I think that's the only reason why he got that touchdown. To be honest, that's just me. But
LT says, why do I keep hearing a third would get the Bell deal done? If true, why would we not pull that lever? Because he is in control of the situation. All right. It's like a girl, right? When she's in control of your heart, okay? And she's playing hard to get. There's nothing that you can say or do to make her stop her bullshit. That's the only explanation I can give you.
makes a lot of sense.
Doesn't it?
It does. That was perfect.
I'm used to this type of behavior from me. Happens all the time. Always playing games.
Mm-hmm.
Adrian, you should go live tomorrow for the trade deadline. That's actually not a bad idea.
Mm.
The bitter dingbats are on alert though tomorrow. The bitter dingbats will go live if a trade happens.
Stand by.
Yeah, stand by. Bonzology goes, I think a second gets it done. Third, nope. I agree with that. I think it's a second too. Verse Marvel says, like the video, please. He needs it. Yes, I do. I do need it. Getting a like, it's like a nickel in my pocket. Every nickel matters. Thanks a lot. I've been meaning to say like my video a couple minutes in. I always forget. I'm a guy that doesn't like to beg and ask for likes. I'm just like kind of prideful like that. But I did learn that you can make a little bit more money the more likes you get, and the more likes you get, it makes you featured more in the search comments, or in the search engine or whatever. So some things I'm finding out and learning. So yeah, hit the thumbs up button. Thank you.
Like this video, please.
Yeah, like the video. I normally don't like to be that guy. I just don't. I don't like to be a beggar.
Yeah, I honestly don't do that. I mean, I don't. I had no idea about that. To be honest with you, I had no idea about that. I think you said that in another video. I think it was.
Yeah, I did.
It was Bitter Dingbat. You said that. I didn't have no idea about that.
I forget who told me that, but somebody told me that.
Is that only because you monetize? Like you monetize the videos?
Well, I do monetize the videos. Yeah. So I do get paid. I don't make I don't make money off these. Like I make a couple $1,000s a year for this, but like it's not like what maybe EDP used to make.
No.
So, but yeah, it's I every recap I do, it's like $10 in my pocket.
Wow.
So it's like $10 an hour. So there you go. Yeah. Back to the comments as I just started talking. YouTube tells content creators to like your video. Yes, like the video. Do you think we will beat the Rams in Week 15? If the Rams are 14-0 or 13-1, it's a possibility. Or actually, they would be 12-1 or 13-0 in Week 15. I think it's a possibility. I think they match up better with the Rams than some of these other teams. I don't think they beat the Saints. The Saints, I think, are going to get blown the fuck out.
Yeah,
but the Rams, I think they could potentially beat them. I don't think they will, though. What do you think?
Oh, no, the Saints are going to get destroyed. I already see that coming from a mile away. But I can see why you say that the matchups are really good. It's just we need to see what we do this week, and it's just we can't do these. We start slow, then we get it, or that we have a good drive, and then we get penalties. We have a good drive, we miss a field goal. We have a good. I mean, it's just we just got to be more consistent, and that's what it's all about. And we have to score. We have to score more points, hands down. You got to score 30 points.
James Roig asks, "Do you really think EDP is an Eagles fan?" Yes, he is. Trust me. We text each other like every single day. He's always pissed off the Eagles. He's basically telling me yesterday if Howie doesn't make a move, he's going to come to Philadelphia. He's going to chop his dick off. So he better make a move, or else he's going to have no dick.
Nope.
Do you think Frank Reich's leaving is the reason for our offensive struggles? I think it's a combination of a lot of things. I think he's part of it. I think because he helped out in the red zone, and the red zone isn't as potent as it was last year. But I also think LeGarrette Blount matters because you can't put away a game in the fourth quarter. I mean, they're getting these leads. Obviously, the defense isn't really holding up on their end. But with LeGarrette Blount, you're able to churn a 6 to 7 minute drive in the fourth quarter to put games away. So I think his absence is a bigger deal than we thought, and I think Frank Reich too. Yeah.
Yeah, biggest mistake was getting rid of him totally.
With Blount, you mean?
Yeah, with Blount. Yeah, that was a big. I was really upset over that because I mean they didn't even offer anything. I mean nothing. I mean it was just you let him walk and that was it. But Frank Reich too, even playing Frank Reich, even with the Colts, I mean it was just like a mimic copy, knowing what we were doing, and then we got to face the Vikings, and then John DeFilippo know what we're doing. That was just a pain doing that. It really was, but. Yeah, I think Frank. I think Doug was asked this question about with Frank Reich not being there and everything, and he kind of got real defensive about it. Defending his guys.
Yeah,
so.
Yeah. It's Sauce God Mid says Eagles interested in Kelechi Osemele. It's funny you mentioned that because during our film room last week, Brendan made the point of trading for Kelechi Osemele. I didn't agree with him. I didn't think, I don't think the Eagles necessarily need a line, but he mentioned his name. I didn't think that's just where the Eagles are going to go though.
Oh.
Like he had a point to what he was saying. He's like, well, if the running backs are struggling, why don't you get more line help? But I'm like, yeah, but they are getting the holes.
Yeah, and it can't be perfect every time. It's not gonna be perfect. You need that playmaker. I mean, you can't just be like there has to be a That's why with Josh Adams too. Like he's that one cut runner, but like when he gets an open hole, he's like his speed turns from 0 to 100 like nothing, and he can get upfield real fast. But it's when he can't he's got a body in front of him and he can't make a move. I don't know if that's the problem or he's just not that type of runner. He's just something different. So I don't know.
Mm-hmm. Why do you think Lane Johnson is really bad this year? I think he's dealing with that high ankle sprain, and I think it limited him to kind of start the season. And now he's got that injury, so we'll see.
Nope.
Yeah, Brendan is a pro. Simple as that. Yeah, I mean, I rarely question Brendan. Like I rarely do because I know he's smarter than me. Mm-hmm. But I just didn't think that was a trade that the Eagles are going to do. Okay. All right. Good question, Sean. What did Sean? Oh, I see what he said. Okay. All right. I think that's pretty much it. All right. Those are the questions in the comment section in the chat. I appreciate guys for tuning in. Thank you. Thank you for liking the video. I only have 39 likes and 128 people watching. That's not an excuse, guys. Come on, hit the thumbs up button. Give me some more beer for the weekend. All right, but yeah. So, what you got? Any final thoughts before we depart?
Pray.
Pray. Let us pray.
Oh, final thought.
Don't worry about that. I'm sure Carson's already leading a team prayer.
Whatever decision the Eagles make, it'll be a good one. And don't get your hopes up on who you want to get because it probably won't happen, but you never know. And it's an exciting time. We have, we've been struggling. We've been struggling, but, we need to try to add someone to this offense, add someone to this defense, whatever they're going to do. And let's get this thing going. Get into this bye week. Let's go face Dallas Sunday night, kick some ass.
Yes. Kick the fucking ass for real.
Gotta be deep penetration.
Like for real. Just fuck them. Just shut down Amari Cooper and not even get a yard.
God.
Oh. All right. That's it. That's it from us today. Be on the lookout tomorrow. I'm sure Bitter Digats, we're gonna do something. So I will be talking to Philly 500 about that, but we have discussed, if something happens, we will be on, and that's what we'll do. Even though I think I do have something going on tomorrow, but we'll see about that. I'll make it work. That's Joeyshakes 72. I am Adrian Fecue. My beard is getting disgusting. I need to shave. See you guys.
Peace.
I know you guys fucking hate on me for my beard sometimes. I see the comments.